Well, okay, welcome back. It's a Sunday and it's basically breakfast with Sargent, your ultimately a favourite of favourites, cooking amazing chefs or home cooker chefs. So there we go. So how's everyone doing? I just want to check a couple of things. That's fine. Okay, it's just a clock saying there, but don't worry about it. Right, okay. Right, so what's going on now? Of course, a little bit of controversy. Obviously stepping my toes into other people's relationship. I don't really do that really, but I do it if I am under the influence. I am under the influence at the moment. My family's just at a moment, so fuck knows. Right, here we go. Right, so. Yeah, so heard me right. So we are doing scrambled egg. Now normally under my Michelin abilities, I've never done a scrambled egg. There is a reason why we are doing a scrambled egg, and that's because there's a bit of scrambling that has gone on. Now I'm not going to give away any information at this point. You're going to have to watch the video the entire way through, which you probably won't. I mean, Tracy does because she's basically a superwoman. But apart from Superwoman Tracy, the rest of you I don't know about. I know Poloski watches. I think Poloski does. Dr. Poloski will watch intensely about different things. First Company Officer Ron is First Company Officer Ron. He just picks up on different things. Probably almost one of the stars of the shows actually, and obviously Company Officer Sheep Unit are northern brother from a northern mother. Okie dokie, so here we go. We're going to start getting into it, okay? Now I was going to do this breakfast. It's not really breakfast time. It's about 1 o'clock here in the afternoon, but I'm going to do this because I need to do it. Now the reason why is because this is almost, to be honest with you, a little bit of a sit-down situation with Sarge, because I've just come out of literally about a 2-hour intensive meeting with the lower echelons of the Mitchies about the progress of the deliverance of 00 Agent 124. That's just oil in there, so don't worry about it. Okay. Here we go. We're going to start to whack in the sausages. So, breakfast time. It's breakfast time with Sargent. Now, we should be hearing some sizzle, but we're not, so I need to get it whacked up. So, we're just going to crack them in. We've just got some breakfast sausages, okay? Pure pork sausages. They're slightly smaller than what I was expecting, but that is the situation with shrink inflation, alright? I've just spotted something on my wall that I'm not mildly too unhappy about. I'm just going to give that a little wipe. That's done absolutely fuck all. That's even pointless me doing it, just points it out to you. Right, so, sausages. Now, basically, with a breakfast sausage, yeah, I expect just a pure porkerisation, okay? Now, I know some people are very tempted, and people are wondering why the oil pan's out, but that's coming up. Actually, you've probably seen it in the title, so there's no point in even trying to hide it really, is there, to be honest with you? So another failure of Sargent, to be honest with you. Your controversial home cooker chef. So there we are. We're going to give these a little toss around. We're getting moments of irritalisation immediately, which I've just spotted. So yeah, that one's already immediately browned. I might have even fucked this up before I've even started. So we just want to get them on a slow cook. Let's take them to a different place. That one's cooked and that one isn't, and bollocks. Right, it's fine. It's not a problem. We will concentrate on collectivisationals and different situations. Okay, right, black pudding, that's going in immediately because I want to get that black pudding crisping up to a very crispinisational with and I'm not happy about if it's going to a different place. Right, okay, yeah, so like I said, I'm going for fried tomato as well, obviously. I'm going to need 2 fried tomatoes, because even though we're doing beans with this, I do love a fried tomato. Mushrooms, now I could do mushrooms. Now obviously if anyone was watching the previous video of the chili pork noodle peanut butter thing, don't forget when we done that massive pan of it, I did eat all of it in one day. So I literally stuffed my face with it all day long, and it was very nice indeed. Right. So we're going to get these shifting about in the pan. I need to make way for the bacon. Okay. Now all of it is going to be done at once. There is science in this. Okay. Right. So I'm not going to hold up any momentous news on what we're doing. Right, so the bacon is going in. In it goes. I haven't got enough room for the bacon, but it's going in anyway. Oh, bollocks. Right, I'm just gonna... fuck it. But I need to make room for the bacon, and I haven't got room, so I don't know what I'm gonna do. Right, okay, I'm just gonna chuck it all in, and it goes in, and there we are. Right, now, well, like I said earlier, yeah, I've just come out of basically a 2-hour meeting with the Mitchies, okay, and we've been talking about lots and lots of different things. Now, Ramsey has been captured. He is now back in the asylum centre for lunatic chefs, okay. Todd is on guard duty, and Ramsey is literally been, if anyone remembers the Silence of the Lambs and the actual murdery geezer or whatever the fuck he is with the the slivery tongue and all that business, Ramsey is in a tiny cell. He's in a cell by 6 foot by 4 foot wide, strapped to an upright bed with a face mask on, and he can't even have a wank. Basically, I thought it was technically a little bit inhumane. I said to him, you know, you can at least give him a TV so he can watch his cooking programs, and his last successes, and occasionally crack one out over it. Nah, not even allowed to do that. Everything's strapped down. He's even got his willy strapped down, and it's even got spikes on the inside just in case he gets a boner for any reason at all. Probably by looking at Alvin and his massive fat arse. Now Alvin, I've been keeping an eye on. Not Alvin, Todd. I've been keeping an eye. Alvin's still in his non-security guard role, and he's basically just like a living coat hanger. He's been given to make his purpose more worthwhile. So he's got his arms stretched out and things like that, so people can hang his coats up. His arms, he has got arms. Yeah, he has got arms, but they've been paralysed, and he's almost got these metal things on his wrist and a metal bar coming down and attached to his hips to keep his arms projected out. And because to stop his arms solidifying and you know, where the muscles don't move and shit, he's had his arms cut off. They've been cauterised and basically filled with beeswax, so they've hardened, and they're literally now just like wooden talons sticking out, really, but they're just his arms. To give more purpose to his being, he's been given about 12 pills of Viagra a day, so he gets a massive stiffy, and people can hang their hats on his cock as well. So, hang on. Yeah, so obviously, because I made a visit to the Langdon Asylum Centre a couple of days ago just for a checkup and just to see how the place is running, We've got loads of like mental chefs in there. Gino, the Italian chef, he's in there as well. He's literally just running around like an absolute lucky lunatic. And obviously, I wanted to go there on a welfare concern for Alvin, and apparently, like I said, they're giving him 12 Viagras a day, so he keeps a massive stiffy on. And I was actually quite a bit. I was mildly concerned because occasionally he gets visits from his missus, Mrs. Alvin, and she's always been like, every time I've been there, and I've met her about 3 or 4 times, she's always very, very happy. And now I know why, because apparently Alvin has got a massive dick. It's literally longer than your arm, really. So that's why they've made use of that extra prolongage to hang, for children to hang their coats and hats on. That sounds bad, doesn't it? For visitors to hang their, because there's a visiting centre to hang their hats and coats on. So they're making use of all his attributes, including his willy. So I think it's a very good idea, and I've got no objection to it, frankly, to be honest with you. Right, okay, let's give this a bit of a whiz round. We're going to try and just keep these tomatoes. I want these tomatoes done on a successful moment. I'm keeping an eye on the sausages, and there we go. Now, Mrs. Tracy obviously has whacked up another amazing video of her camping experiences with husband Kyle, and they looked like they were in a very happy place. I've got sympathies for Mrs. Tracy and her dog situation. You know, they've probably paid a great expense for the dog to have a what's it got? It's got like oh bollocks, hang on. Yeah, they paid great expense for their arthritic dog, and they've got a mat for it, but the fucker doesn't even sit on it, so it's just a waste of fucking money. But that is what animals are there for. They're to give you love. They don't know what's going on. I mean, if you look at the size of their heads, their brain power is probably as much as about maximisation of a small squirrel. So, you know, there we go. And Carl was correct as well. Don't put the plates up too high. They haven't got the neck adjustability to eat from that height. You have to put it on the ground like what a dog would eat on the ground. Okay, so they all look quite happy. I liked her B mattress. It looked nice and unruffled. Very like neat and tidy. Probably wasn't neat and tidy that night. Okay, anyway, let's carry on. So we're getting to it. Right, so I've got the bacon in here now. Now how I'm going to do the bacon is everything's going to be done very slow and gentle, right? Because I want to release. Now this bacon does look a little bit groovy, but it's fine. It's smoked back bacon, okay? And everything in here is going to be cooked very, very gentle like, okay? Now, like I said, we've got the pan on here. Now, I've had the pan on here for a number of hours, okay? We're going to get on to that in a minute. Now, Mr. Dennis has whacked up 2 videos. I'm not watching Mr. Dennis videos at all now, okay? I'm literally boycotting Dennis, okay? And I'm glad to see that some members of my gang are doing exactly what I asked. The only time I'm going to be watching Mr. Dennis, the White Wizard, we're not going to refrain from calling him his name, right? He doesn't deserve it, okay? We are on pure punishment duties. I'm gonna win this battle. I fucking am, right? And the only neutral respondent in the videos is obviously Mrs. Tracy. Alright, so, but we are going to win this. He is going to come back into the fold if it even fucking kills me. Alright, okay, okie dokie. Now, like I said before, because of my amazing Michelin skills, I know that a lot of people, I'm going to have to get a fork out as it goes. Now, I know a lot of people are going to be saying to me at the end of the day, oh, Sargent, because you're like literally so amazing, which I am, but that doesn't mean there's things I have never done before. And one of the things that, I mean, I've had a go at it off camera. I'm just going to whack in some butter, because butter makes everything better, obviously. Because I am like literally almost food god-like status, yeah, because of reasons. Oh, also, Alan's been making some jam. I'm not really interested in making jam at the end of the day, Mr. Allen. So I haven't watched any. I want you to do some proper food, like your beef stroganoff, but just make it look more like presentable. And his chicken stroganoff, which I actually thought was actually like a really top quality video. Alan is very, very like elusive, Mr. Allen is. Do you know what I mean? He's got, I don't know, he's got some really up his sleeve skills that I've never witnessed before. Well, I have witnessed before because I'm a Michelin star chef, but in waiting only. Now, it's a little shimmy. I'm going to shimmy it about like a fry-up should be shimmied, and other people will be shimmied as well. Now, like I said before, we come out of a 2-hour Michelin lower echelon style meeting with the progress of 008 124. Now, he is dressed in a James Bond suit. He's got a tuxedo on. He's been put into a NASA air balloon that reaches up to the lower the lower atmosphere of space. Okay. Now I never realised this, and I did question it at the time because I've seen video footage of him. He's up there at the moment. He's about I don't know, about a mile away from the lower atmosphere before you go into space. And I was thinking to myself, well, like, surely you will be like, there's not that much air up there, okay? And the lower echelons of Mitchies have said to me, well, don't forget that he has gone through Mitchie training. Now, I didn't know any about this. I was completely unaware. Now, if everyone could remember back to the Tibetan monk, which I think was 00 117 or 118, I think it was. That was the one that tried to pole vault over a valley to get to the other side, and his pole vault broke, and then he fell to his death and splattered on the valley floor of some valley in the middle of fucking Tibet, right? So, come to an extremely sad end. Not as I think the most fantastic end that has ever been witnessed by myself, because I've always seen video. I can't relay any of this video footage to you guys because it's uncensored, and it would not get. It would be deleted by the tubes of views immediately. But one of the most groovy deaths of our agents is obviously the historic and never to be ever forgotten, actually two, which is Vlad Ryder and 00 Agent 116, the Florida man with the glowing teeth who got eaten alive by a polar bear, which I thought was actually he come out quite heroic in that one. He did die, obviously. They've all died quite tragic fucking deaths. So anyway, oh fuck's sake. So I just had interruptions there. So right, we're going to start getting on with, but yeah, so 00 Agent, like I said, I think 00 Agent 116 was probably, and 00 Agent 117, I definitely think it was the Tibetan monk. Apparently he was secretly trained, he secretly trained 00 Agent 124 with atmospheric pressures and how to breathe in a very, very small amount of air situation. Like people who go to like the Himalaya, like climb Mount Everest, and they've got they do it with like no oxygen tank. So he's been trained by the Tibetan monk who was deceased, obviously, and he's been in training, and I haven't known this, but he has been in training for this mission for the last year and a half, which gives me great hope. Now, well, I'm gonna do the scrambled egg. So I'm gonna do it in the whizzer, okay? So I'm gonna do 1 egg, okay? So this is how I'm gonna do it. We're gonna do 2 normal eggs in the whizzer, and this needs to sit for a little while, okay? Now the next 2 eggs, okay, are gonna be. Well, I do need a special bowl for this, okay? They are going to be just the yolks themselves, alright? So, here we go. Right, okay. Am I? Oh, fuck me up. No, I haven't fucked it up. Right, the Sargent never fucks it up. Okay, so we just want to get rid of the whites. And, I mean, I don't want to get rid of any whites, to be honest with you. So, that's not really my political view. My political view is to have all whites, really. Okay, so that's the yolk. That'll lose me. That's lost me another subscriber. That's lost me another gang member straight away, isn't it? Really. So I'll have to make up probably another fake account. Right. Okay. Here we go. Well, not a fake account. It's just my own. It's just myself, really. Right. Okay. Because like I said, I do not want to get below 450. We have not gained a legitimate new gang member for the last 3 or 4 months, really. It's been quite poor, to be honest. Right, so we've got 2 whole eggs in there, and we've got 2 egg yolks in there, alright? Okay, I need to really keep an eye on this. I'm going to put in a bit of salt. Okay, I need to really start looking at the bacon. Okay, I'll get a nice colour on the bacon. That's nice. It's got a little bit shriveled, but that's not a problem. It is just cheap bacon. So the black pudding's looking nice. The sausages are looking nice as well. That one's slightly anemic, but we'll get round to that. Don't worry about that. And that one will. Right, the tomatoes. I'm going to flip the tomatoes over onto their faces, and we're going to get some colour on the tomatoes. I personally think the bacon, we're going to give it another shifty, and the bacon's probably done. Right, so we've got 2 whole eggs, and we've got 2 eggs with just egg yolk in it. Put some salt in there. Now I want to put a little bit of cream. I'm going to shake the cream up a little bit. That would have been better before I actually opened it. So, a nice bit of cream in there, not too much. So I'll probably put in too much, but the Sargent always goes above and beyond. You know, I always go the extra miles for you fuckers. Do you know what I mean? Even though my gang membership is not like really progressing that very well. Okay, so there's a reason for that. It's probably because like people are so amazed. I reckon. I mean, there's a theory. I was laying out theories the other day, thinking, well, why have I not like gaining more gang members? And the reason probably is because I reckon this is basically what is going on, right? People are going to be watching the videos like all you amazing people do, and they're probably watching stuff. They're new to the channel, don't forget, right? Because I've got loyal gang membership that have been with us since like day 1, and that is Poloski's Sheep Unit and Ron. It was Johnny K60, but we still, God bless Johnny K60. We don't know where he's gone, but whatever. He might have died, I don't fucking know. Right, whilst that in there, I'm going to give it a whiz. Like that, and that's all we say, and just sit there. And yeah, and basically, I reckon what's basically going on is they've seen the channel, yeah. I'm going to give everyone a little bit of a look-see there. Okay, there we go. Look at the bacon. Isn't that lovely? Yeah, that bacon is lush, mate. Lush as you like. You can't get any more lusher than that, right? And basically what I reckon is going on is they've watched the channel, and probably in the middle of their viewership of the channel is they're literally just fainting, yeah, and then they wake up and probably think, was it a dream? and to them it probably was. That one's gone a bit shabby, so it's fine. And it probably was a bit of a dream, and then they just can't believe how amazing Sargent is, and then that's probably basically the reason, right? So I just want to move my bacon around a little bit. It's all right, it's not a problem. So I'm going to put that one there. Ah, that's hot as fuck. They've gone a bit shriveled, but it's not a problem. There we go. And we just close the gap on that one, and that will just look more better. Right, there we are. Yeah, so that's basically what it is. They've probably literally gone into apoplectic shock at the amazement of the Sargent, and they've probably just witnessed something that they just think is literally a dreamboat, and they can't believe it. And so I don't really blame them for that. Yeah, I don't think you should either. Yeah, you know, when you witness amazing skills like the Sargent has got, I will forgive you. Yeah, you know, obviously what I will not forgive is someone's watched it and gone, fuck this is bullshit. This geezer's still too amazing for my own intellect to comprehend. But I'm going to switch off, because otherwise I'll go and cook something and it'll be shit, and then what I'll have to do is literally jump out of the window and hang myself. Or if you're living on like a tower block and you're on the 32nd floor, just jump out. And I'd probably cause loads of suicides because of my amazing cookingness. That's probably what's gone on. So, you know, really, I don't feel ashamed by it. Actually, that's almost like a proudification of just how great I am. So there we go. Right, I'm just gonna put that's got a little bit more colour on it. I want a bit more colour on these tomatoes. I'm not quite happy. Right, I want the sausages to be taken over there. I want that to go there. I'm going to turn the sausages round a little bit. I want a little bit more colour on the sausages. I'm not overly... The skin's coming off that one, but that's not a problem. Now, the black pudding, this is how I like my black pudding. Very deep and crusty. I don't want a black pudding that's looked at literally a magnifying glass that's been put under the sun and it's slightly warm. It needs to be cooked like this. Deep and crusty and full of flavour from the bacon and all the shit that's gone in here, right? That's how you get proper black pudding. The bacon itself, there we go. Right, so I want everyone to, people, I know everyone's going to be examining this and they're all going to be going, oh fucking hell. So I think that's lovely crispy bacon. Right, it's nice. I think it's alright. Is that alright, sheep unit and below skin, Ron? The colour on it? Yeah. Alright, okay. That's where it's going to go. Now, like I said, the egg, or the scrambled egg that we're going to do, that's going to just sit over there for a rest. It has got cream in it, okay. I'm looking at the colour. Let me have a little check. Right. I think you could do with another egg yolk actually. So just to help its colour. I'm going to do that. I am going to do that, and I'm going to do it now. Right. I'm going to take evasive action just in case we've had a moment. I've lost little knife, so that's buggered off. Right. Okay. I might put slightly too much cream in it. Right, okay. There we go. Now there's one thing that we have forgotten to put into the egg, the scrambled egg mix, and that is some butter. So we're going to whack in a little bit of butter now. Okay. Jesus Christ. Right, okie dokie, it's fine, it's not a problem. Right, I'm just going to use this knife, I'm going to whack in a bit of butter. Now normally I would put cold butter into this. Like I said, I've done this many times, as obviously you lot would expect a Mitchie to do, but not on camera, because I just wanted to hold it back just to give you some surprises, just to give you some surprisatizations, okay? So now we're going to let it settle. Now it's going to be nice and golden. Oh, okay. Right, okay, that's nice. So we've got a nice little bit of flickery going on now, okay. Okay, we're going to take our sausages off, and I'm going to just try and work out how I want this to be. Right, that sausage is looking like the worst, so we'll put that there. Right, that's got a nice bit of colour on it, so that can go there. Okay. I'm going to sort of stagger them a little bit, right? And then now we can turn that one over, and that's nice as well. We do have a little bit more colour, but that's fine. So I'm going to move that one there. I'm going to put that one there. I'm going to put that one on top. So, shit. Right, I'm going to put that one on top there. Oh, it's fine. This sausage is a sausage, isn't it? So at the end of the day. Right, let's turn the tomatoes over. Yeah, they're looking good. Yeah, they're looking good. Okay, it would be nice if I want to try and get these sausages into a situation, really, where they can just rest upon each other. Just like that. That can just stay there. I'll tell you what I'll do, if I can hold that there and get the black pudding, I'll just wedge the black pudding up against the sausages. No, we are having issues. There we are. There we go. And there we are. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. More amazing than you can even shake a stick at. More amazing, like more amazing than doing a video of yet another gadget, another ninja gadget, because I think he's got enough of them by now, to be honest with you. I mean, the geezer's got more money than sense, hasn't he, really, to be honest with you? But he's a boomer. The boomers are literally the wealthiest generation on the planet, because they were born at the most luckiest time. You know, I'm not saying nothing, but there we go. Right, okay, and then the second luckiest generation is probably my generation, which is Gen X. Okay, so I need to think about how Tracy and Carl, they are not Gen X, they are millennials. But even so, they've done very well. I mean, they've done well for themselves, I must admit. So I'm going to put a tomato there, another tomato there. It's going to be very tomato based. I do like a fried tomato with my stuff. So that one's looking a bit odd out. So I might leave that. I'll leave that one out because it just doesn't like mathematically add up. So I think that's enough. I think that's fine. I think that's perfectly fine. Right, I'm going to just whack this off for a minute. I'm not whacking that off. I'm not whacking myself off, obviously. I'm just going to turn it off and we're going to give it a wash. I need to go for a clear down of what we've got, and we need to start working out how we're going to start doing things now. This is probably going to be the most important. Like Christine's at the moment, it's fine. It's not a problem. We can handle Christine at this time. Okay. So I need to just clear the decks. I'm clearing decks now. Right. Okay, so there we go. Right, now obviously I've forgotten to do the, I had something else to do there, which is annoying. So I will quickly do that. Right, so what I suggest everyone probably do is obviously not switch off and get like offended. I think that's what's been going on in a lot of my videos, is people they're just like a bit of a pussy, really. And they get offended like Dennis did. You know, I'm still not over that. You know, I'm still not over the White Wizard giving me a bit of I'm giving him a bit of criticisation over his rubbish pies, and he done loads of things wrong. But I don't give a fuck. Don't care. Michelle Roux or not Michelle Roux, yeah, still not a fucking pie, right? So So I'm not getting over that. I'm standing by my principles, if anything, right? I'm standing by my principles, right? Right, okay, so what I'm going to put in here is, I'll show you in a minute. I want everyone to put their massive bangers away, whack your knickers up, change them if you like, go and do a cup of tea and all that business, and take a fag break or a shag break or whatever you're doing, even if it's in a camper van or whatever. Like, just put blindfolds over the dogs if you're doing it, right? We don't want them seeing that. And I'll see, even if you're cooking a stew, right? And I'll see you in a bit. Jesus Christ. Right, okay, so obviously I forgot to say hash browns. Hash browns are unnecessary. You know, they are literally one of the situations that anyone can take and deliver, and we are going to whack them hash browns on there. You know, one of my favourite, I'm not making hash browns because they are, to make them is a fucking nightmare. So, okie dokie, now I'm going to lower this right down now. I'm going to literally have to literally take this off and let it cool down, because we're doing the actual, the scrambled eggs themselves. Now the beans, I'm going to start to do the beans immediately. Right, okay, so let's do it. Right, I need a little knife, so we're going to open them tin of baked beans. Now, I never buy the H, I'm not going to say the word just in case, actually I should be. I don't buy Heinz baked beans, I just buy cheap as you like baked beans. Let's get them on there, the whole fucking tin in and good. Right, okay, I'm going to sort this out, don't worry about this. Right, we're not going to add any butter to the baked beans as yet, we're just going to cook them as they are so far. Okay, here we go. Right, they are going in the hang on. Right, they're going in the micro and they're going to heat up, right? Right, okay, while that's cooled down, I need to do readjustments, alright? So, I'm going to, because I need to make room for a lot of things. There they are, the bacon. I don't want to exclude the bacon too much. It's going to hang over a little bit. Okay. Right, okay, we've still got the sausages have not fallen down yet. So that's what we got so far. Alright, we're going to put this back on. So that has hopefully given it time to cool down. So we need to, when we do the scrambled eggs, okay, we need to come up to a certain heat, and it mustn't be too hot, alright? So it's literally the almost the final entourage, okay? Right, let's concentrate on this, on the scrambled eggs. No, we're not doing the scrambled eggs just yet. We're doing, obviously, I haven't put in the title because I know what the title of the video is going to be, and it's going to be breakfast with Sargent. But we are doing fried bread, alright? So I'm going to take some bread, and we are doing fried bread, alright? So that's just how it's going to be, and there we are. Right, now I'm going to get back onto what I was saying about Double Agent 124 and all the situations, and about Ainsley and everything, right? So for the last day and a half, I'm going to cut this fried bread how I want to do it. So I'm going to cut it with scissors. Right, okay, that'll be fine. That should be fine. Okay, right, I'm going to hope that the oil is up to temperature. It isn't. Right, the oil was not up to temperature, so that's disappointing. So I will get that oil up to temperature and all that sort of stuff. While that's going up to temperature, I'm just gonna pick that back a little bit. Right, while that's getting up to temperature, I'm gonna start talking about basically what has happened. Okay, now we've had an undercover Michelin operative that has been keeping tabs on Ainsley Harriet, on the Ainsley, okay? Now, normally, this situation would have been delegated to the Michelin operatives who are undercover are delegated, basically, are under the overseer. The overseer of his team is by Bob Outside. Okay, now Bob Outside has been doing brilliantly well. I know he's got no legs, and he has been harassed by Nigella Massive Bangers. Okay, now his agents, who are the operatives of the Michelins, they are tasked with keeping the tabs on these lunatic, fucking out of control chefs. Now Ainsley is one of them. There are many more. Tom Killer, the two young chaps at Fallow, they've been going a bit mental as well. Okay, they've been running a ruck down in Kent. Okay, causing lots of problems. They're a little bit woke. One of them wears like flappy trousers, and he's been seen on the cliffs of Dover saying refugees welcome and all that stuff, and that's not good. So we're going to be keeping it. Bob's operatives are keeping an eye on the two fellows of who are based in London. Both of them, I thought one of them was only a bit of a wokey, but both of them are complete leftists, right? They're complete delusional and communists, right? So that's been going on. Now, basically, what has happened is about 3 or 4 hours ago, I come out of a 2-hour meeting, loads of headaches with the Mitchies on how the delivery of Agent 124 would proceed, alright? And basically, this is how it's gone down, okay? So, yesterday, Double Agent 124 was taken up to the lower atmosphere of Earth. Because he's been trained by obviously Double Agent 117 or 18, I can't remember now, but it's a Tibetan monk, right? He's been trained in low oxygen continental situations, and he's gone up with an oxygen mask. Okay, he almost got to the height he wanted to, which was about 3 or 4 miles up, and he had to press the button because he was about to pass out. He jumped out, okay, he only just managed to grab his parachute, okay, and it ain't attached to his body. He literally, I've had video footage of this and I've been watching it, okay, and he basically fell towards Earth. Now, he was on a trajectory to land exactly outside my flat, okay, no problems about that at all. The trajectory was fine. If it had gone straight down, it would have been pinpoint accuracy, and he'd come swooping down, landed outside the flat with his little sandals on and shit like that, or whatever. Still with a tuxedo on, but he is a bit of a commie, a bit of a tree hugger apparently. And that was not the case. He got slightly blown off course, and he was in the trajectory of somewhere of about north of Hertfordshire, near Bedfordshire, right? Well, at the end of the day, I didn't really have a problem with that, because at the end of the day, he still could have made his way. That's still not hot enough, is it? For fuck's sake. Right, we're having major issues. Right, hang on a minute. Right, okay, which isn't really that much of an issue, to be honest with you. But last was reported by one of the operatives of undercover of the Mitchies, was basically keeping tabs and eyes on Ainsley. Now, Ainsley has broken into an RAF base, wearing obviously a Stop Oil protest t-shirt. I want you to carry on cooking handbags and plastic bags and ready steady cook bags, basically wearing his famous floppy head chef, carrying a wooden spatula which is all painted green and red for basically a watermelon, and that's the green on the outside, communist on the inside. He has stolen a helicopter. Now it's only one of those like civilian helicopters, so I wasn't really that concerned, to be honest with you. I actually said to the Mitchies, I said, well, you know, at the end of the day, you know, he's got his free speech and actions to conclude with this situation, and he's always going to, he can't even fly anyway, so he'll probably crash it into a hedge, and then he'll realise his massive mistakes. But that was not the case. That was not the case, and I'll tell you why that is in a minute. Right, we're going to whack the fried bread in the oil. Okay, that should be now to temperature. Alright, I've got 2 bits of fried bread, and they're in the oil. I need to get it up to a high heat now. Right, I'm going to dip it in and make sure it's completely submerged. Alright, right, so the fried bread is going to do its thing. I need something to hold the spatula of amazement in. That is wooden spoon, obviously. There we go. Right, so okie dokie. Right, we're now looking at the scrambled egg. Alright, so I've got to keep a very close eye on the fried bread at the same time as doing the scrambled egg. This is what I mean about Michelin skills, yeah. Only a Mitchie can do 2 things at once. It's just a fact of life, I'm afraid, folks. It's just how it is. We're gonna keep our amazement over here of our sausage, black pudding, fried tomatoes, hash browns, and the amazingly, perfectly Michelin star cookeriness of the bacon. The fried bread's doing its thing. We're going to give it a little look, a little once over. We're going to keep it tossing and turning because I want to get it up to a certain temperature, and I do not want any foul ups. This needs to be turned down. I don't want it too hot, otherwise it will burn. Right, it's only bread, isn't it? So there we are. Right, okay, we're going to give this a little 1-2. There we are, and that's it. That was a 1 and a 2. Okay, so we've got the cream and the butter in now and all that business. Right, okay, here we go. Right, we're going to pour it in. Right, I'm going to put it on about a 3. I just want to start to coagulate the butter, alright? So I want to get it all completely, the pan completely covered purposely. And we're going to pour in the butter. We're going to start from the centre or the outsides and work our way out. Right, there should be nothing left in the actual situation of that. And this should be a lovely, 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 lovely scrambled egg. Okay, I've got to do 2 things at once. This is a hectic stations now. Right, that crispization of the butter is happening. It's going to turn it up to about a 6, I reckon, and that'll be fine. I'm just going to give it a shimmy. Yeah, it's just starting to coagulate. We're going to bring it from the outside in, just drag it through. We're starting from the outside going to the centre. There we go. And we're just going to keep doing this until we get a scrambled scenario. Little 1-2 round the outside. So there we go. Okie dokie. I need another little pot to keep this in so it doesn't get like all deformationed or anything like that. Okay. Here we go. Just give it a little turn over. Right, so the fried bread is really now getting up to a really nice texture. It's feeling crispy. Alright, I want crystallization on my fried bread. Okay. Okay. And now all we're going to do is look for colour. Alright, we're looking for colour. Alright, and I'm just going to give this a nice shimmy. Now, once we shimmy this, okay, this is where the perfection of the scrambled egg will come true. Alright. Okie dokie. Now, like I said, so what's happened is, so 00 Agent 124 has dropped from the utter atmosphere into the lower atmosphere. He's grabbed, all we saw was him grab, as he jumped off the platform, he slipped by mistake. He should have gone up at least another half a mile, okay? So I was just listening to some more leftist propaganda there. It was utterly insane. Yeah, so he slipped from his platform. He should have gone up at least another half a mile. That was the deal, but you know, never mind. I'll look over them I'll look over that slight. I'll look over the paperwork on that front. Right. Anyway, let's get back to. Oh, okay. Right. So we're now starting to get scrambled. Okay. I'm gonna turn this completely off now. Okay. So we're now onto scramblisation. Right. Okay. So just gently move it around. We've turned the heat off on everything. Okay, we've got some nice big chunks coming in now. Nice big chunks. Absolutely beautiful. I want the the fried dent. I want the fried bread done slightly before the scrambled egg. Right. Okay, here we go. Okay. So we need to take it off the heat in a second. Once this all coagulates round, and we can like sculpt our fried egg, our scrambled egg, and then it's done. That's it now. Right. I'm gonna leave it over there. The fried bread is done. Okay. So I want to take that out. I just want to rest the fried bread in the bowl for a second. Okay, that's done. What I want to do is I just want to sort out the beans. Oh, shit, that's hot. Right, the beans are extremely warm. Right, we have not put any butter in the beans, so I need to put some butter in the beans. And now I need to get it back in the microwave. Oh, you bastard. Okay, in that goes very quickly. Okay, now the scrambled egg is literally perfect. Okay, so that's the scrambled egg. Right, so we've got the cream in now, but we're going to have to take it out of this pan, and I'm going to put it on a plate to let it cool down a little bit. Okay, so I can move that, and there we are. So I just want to place it onto the pan. So that's a beautiful, just to get it off the heat, because it needs to cool down now. Okay. And if the longer that's on there, alright, that's fine. The longer that's on that pan, that will just dry up and it will be too much, okay? So we have a beautiful, beautiful scrambled egg, okay? And there we go. Alright, so it's got a nice little jiggle on it, so you can see the jiggle going on. That's what you're looking for, and also you're looking for just a right amount of crystallization, alright? And a glistenization as well. So you want a nice bit of glisten on that. Okay, so how we do this? We are going to do a live plater. Okay, here we go. Okay. Okay, we're just going to give the platform of literally Michelin star ability. Hang on that. We're just going to give that a clear down and a wipe up. Okay. Shit. It's alright, don't worry about that. That's fine, that's fine. Okay. So I just want to cover the butter there. Okay. So, right, that's going to ding in a minute. Right, so like I said, right, there's the fried bread. There's the fried bread. It's perfectly formed. So we've got perfectly formed fried bread, as you can see. Alright. There we go. Look at that. Alright. That's beautiful fried bread. Alright. And it feels lovely and fried. It's like it's not taking anything from us and not giving us anything at the same time. It's literally almost like a poetic justice of amazement. Okay, the beans, okay, we're going to whiz them beans up. So they might look a little bit fried at the moment, a bit overcooked, but that is not the case. So once we scrape the outer skirts of the beans in now, and we give it a whiz round. So you almost want to slightly overcook the beans, really, to be honest with you. Right, give them a turn round, and now we're going to put in more butter into the beans, alright? So, can anyone see that? Okay, so the beans do look slightly dried out, which they are. But now we're gonna re-energize them with butter, all right? And that's where, this is where the magic will really hit the road and fucking take off, all right? Now, I'm not going to salt these at all. They do not need any of that. They will have, and I'm not going to pepper them because they will have, that is really, really hot, which is what you want. Okay. There we go. So they're almost like a mushy pea, but bean-wise, right? And that's what you're looking for. Okay, probably a little bit, actually, probably a little bit more butter, really, to be honest. I've literally underestimated my ability of amazement. As per usual. Normally, I know that I'm too amazing, but on this circumstance, it's not. I'm too amazing more than I normally am, which is literally saying something. Okay, there we go. Nice and amazing, literally nice and amazing. Okay, so we're just gonna let them beans. Right, this is hot, by the way, so right, they are amazing. Look at them beanage. Alright, so I know people are going, oh, we can't really see because we haven't got a spoon or anything, so right, okie dokie, some of that then. Right, look at the beanage. Look at the beanage. Look at fucking that. Alright, they are called proper beans, mate. So we'll leave them over there for a minute. Right. Right, now, obviously people are wondering why this is out. This is out for a reason. So we're going to sort that reason out and we're going to grab in the cheese. So we want a little bit. I don't know about the plastic bag. The plastic bag's taking itself out of the way anyway. So I want a little bit of cheddar cheese in there. Okie dokie, that is cold. That's all. That's called Gordon Plat, basically, which means in French, getting all your shit together, really. Okay. So there we go. Little bit of cheesage. Okay. Right, now how I'm going to do this? I'm going to take the black pudding away, and I'm going to take the hash browns away at the moment. And it's literally about beanage, right? I'm actually going to take the sausages away as well, because I want to create a platform of beanage around about here, okay? So I want to go here to there, and then the situation. That's still very warm. And here we go. Right. They are called pop beans, mate. They are beautiful baked beans, not Heinz, because we don't need to get Heinz. Any beans will do, it's fine. If you want to make your own bean system up, that is always a possibility. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely, I want to get all of it. I don't want to waste any. Right, okay. That's fine. Okay, so I literally want the sausage in the bean. So I want the sausage to literally be going into the bean itself. So literally the beans are going to keep up the sausage. Right? I'm just going to clear the deck there a little bit. Take our black pudding. I think that looks nice, that looks good. Right, we're going to just going to put our hash brown there. Okay, and now we got the we still want to keep that bacon in there. The bacon's key, alright? Okay, now the scrambled egg itself, so we could actually slightly, we're going to lift up the hash browns, and I want to put the, about there, that's probably slightly better. So we got the fried bread, okay. And now we're going to place the scrambled egg, okay. This is going to have to be done with the right okay, absolutely beautiful. So let's place the scrambled egg onto the fried bread. There we go. Absolutely wonderful. It has almost covered up the hash browns. You can't quite see the hash brown there, but that's not an issue. Just move it over. You want to see a bit of hash brown there. I'm not so much keen on the. Okay, we'll put it there so you know there's a hash brown in there. Okay, a little bit of cheese on top of the scrambled egg. Okay. And then obviously everyone's wondering why we've got the chives out. So I just had some major left-wing bullshit propaganda there going off. Right, we've got the chives. Got the fan. I've got a fan blowing because that just keeps me cool in out. It is quite warm. That's probably enough. Okay. I've got a bit of chiveage on the tomato. Oh fuck it, whatever. We could put some chives on now. I don't want to spoil the look. Oh fucking hell! I'll put it in beans tonight. If I can just mix it in, so no one can see, and then they won't know, will they? So there we go. Right, and there we go, and that is it, and that is perfect. Okay, so we've got a beautiful welcome along breakfast with Sargent. Okay, I'm glad everyone's watched us. I mean, even the White Wizard would have watched this, but like I said, I'm not commenting. I will watch his videos, but I'm not commenting because, you know, a lot of my maybe associates might comment, but I'm not. All right, and there we go. It's just out of like protest, really, to be honest, over the White Wizard and his authoritarian and tyrant views, yeah, of not being able to take criticism, which I think is just appalling, to be honest, absolutely appalling. Right, okay, so there we go. There we are. Right, so what I'm going to do is we're going to do a live clear down. I can't find my other cloth, so I'll just use this one. There we go. Yeah, and until like I will comment on his or give a thumb. I'm not even liking his videos out of protest. That's all I'm doing. Not that I don't like his videos. I'm just doing it not out of protest really. So out of principle. Alright, you know, if you can't take criticism, then you don't really deserve to be cooking on the use of tubes. I can take criticism. I get criticism all day long. You know what I mean? So there we go. Right, okay. There we go. Right, now, that is a work of art, and I will admit that. But what else did you expect from the Sargent? It's going to be a work of art, isn't it? It's going to be, obviously, too amazing. Right, okay, now, like I said, I was going on about, obviously, Double Agent 124. I'm not going to tell you what's been going, what has happened. That is going to be in for the next instalment, which will be... It could be at any time. It could be tomorrow. It could be a later date in time. But there has been news, and I'm just going to say there has been news, okay, involving Ainsley and his helicopter, and the drop from 3 or 4 miles up with Double Agent 124 and his parachute that he grabbed off the platform literally as he was falling. If he'd have missed it by a second, he'd been falling with no parachute, but at least he grabbed it, and that's what I know. I know a lot more, but I'm not prepared to divulge that information until the next instalment, right? Okay. But yeah, it involves Harriet, the theft of a helicopter, and Agent 124. Alright. Okay, so I think that's pretty spectacular. Alright, I think that's pretty fucking amazing. The scrambled eggs are amazing. The beans are literally perfect. If I could just get that one over there a little bit. Okay. Right, we're going to go for a close-up, and I'll see all you hairy fucking armpit wankers in a minute. Right, okay, right, we're 1 to an hour now. This is going to cut out any time now. So here we go. So, yeah, here we go. That's the overview. Right, that's the scrambled eggs with the cheese on it. Alright. So we've got to be fairly quick now, because this is going to literally cut out any minute. Alright, there's the bacon. Look at the bacon. Look at that. Alright. Right, there's the fried bread. Alright, it's literally any second now this is going to cut out. I know it is. Right, there's the beans. Look at them glorious beans. Look at the glisten on them beans. Right, there's the sausage. And there is the black pudding itself. Look at the... See what I mean by the crystallization of the black pudding? That's how you want it, alright? And the lovely, lovely fried tomatoes. And the hash brown itself. We can't deny the hash brown. That's amazing as well. Right, okay, you fucking sickos. Right, I will see all you fuckers in the next one. And then we will get more updates of what is actually gone on with Double Agent 124. Alvin and his massive penis. Todd and he's gained another 10 stones. He's now 48 stone now. And Ainsley Harriet and his ready, steady cook ideology that is rampaging through England, and he's stolen a helicopter. Anyway, I love you all. Nice camping, Tracy. Love the stew. The stew was amazing. She's done a beautiful stew. I can't speak because this is going to cut out literally any minute now. But I'll see you all. I love you all. Be good and stay safe. See you in the next one.